Good morning, Trish. I have Trish Docter this morning on Monday Meditations and Musings. MMMM. Thank you for coming on, Trish. Trish has been incredibly brave today because Trish is doing her first guided mindfulness meditation technique, especially for you today, which is a real treat. But before she does that, I just wanted to say thank you and ask you a few questions about, firstly, you're a primary school teacher?
Yes, I am. Yep. I've been teaching, I've been at this school this is my 7th year, my current school. And the school before that, it's coming on to 20 something years. That's a long time.
Awesome. Is it always been primary?
No, before primary, I was actually an early childhood teacher. I've always been primary trained, but we opened up a preschool in Mount Annan, a family business.
Uh-huh.
So I did that for a good 5-6 years, and then we sold the business. I went into primary school teaching.
So you ran your own daycare, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in Mount Annan.
So you've been around kids for a long time.
Yeah, I have. It's funny how I was led into my teaching and my career path, because it's not something that I actually saw myself doing. But my sister-in-law, who's a teacher, encouraged me to do it, because I had a job as a doctor's receptionist just there, Dr. Sawinski, many moons ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he still funny then as he is now?
Oh, he's a crack up. Yeah. He'd polish salami and have his cigarettes back then as well. Yeah. But I wasn't really happy in that job. It was I'd actually get abused quite a lot because the waiting list was so long all the time. People were waiting, and quite abused. Yeah. And I was quite young. And my sister-in-law encouraged me to do teaching, and I kind of fell into it. And I think it was more a self-confidence thing, because my background is Italian, and my mum passed away when I was 13. So it was just my dad. And in that culture, it's kind of like the boy has to study and go to uni, but I was just kind of like, just to grow up, get married, run a house, that kind of stuff. So I never actually believed I could actually do it till someone else did believe in me. So it's a beautiful story.
That's lovely. I love those pivotal points in your life and it's usually always somebody else. Some angel came in and
Well, I do. I'm always very thankful, because I actually love what I do so much, and I'm very thankful that I was guided there. Yeah.
And now you've been guided to start studying yoga. So you've been studying yoga for all of this year?
Yeah, all of this year, COVID style.
Zoom. Here we are, Zoom. This was born from Zoom.
Yeah. I actually attended 2.
Born from COVID, sorry. Yep, go back.
No, I actually attended 2 lessons in person, and everything else has been online. So I'm loving that I don't have to get up at 5 on a Friday morning or 4:30. But I'm really missing the personal interaction. But it's still a great course, and I'm really, really loving it. Yeah.
And why did you want to become a yoga teacher? Or just study yoga? I know that you're not 100% sure whether you want to teach or not, do you?
Yeah. Well, a lower sore back brought me to yoga.
Same.
So, and my brothers, it was quite funny because my brothers actually did yoga, and I'm like, what's the problem here? I've got 2 men the 2 men in the family doing it and the girl isn't. So that was just a little bit of, a laugh. So it was basically for my sore back, and also my father got quite ill, and just watching him, and I just got into health really heavily, into a really heavy interest in health. So it started just from watching him kind of suffer, and I personally believe that he was so strong and so good until he started taking medicine for this and medicine for that. So my aim is to try and just live as natural as I can and hopefully avoid having to take anything, because there's certain things you have to take. So I'm trying to do the preventative measures to not have to. So yoga was part of that health journey. And yeah, he actually got a little bit of dementia. So I've really been interested in brain health. And I follow a lot of amazing doctors on social media, and Dr. Daniel Amen and Max Lugerby, who specialise in brain health. And you know, it's all the tip. It's funny because things that are good for everything are, but the mind meditation is a really, really good exercise for the mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that one we do in the morning when we bring the fingers together is really good for the brain. They've got a lot of studies on that connection and focus and memory. And you know, the Kirtan Kriya that we do sometimes, that one, the Satana.
Yeah, I actually love that.
Yeah, that's amazing for the brain. There's heaps of scientific studies on that one for cognitive function. Really good for Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that. So
we haven't done that
yeah.
before.
No, I actually have been. I have been in the day. We've done on the Wednesday morning. We've been doing it. But yeah, it's I love it. That one helped me with insomnia big time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you would like to share before we go into it? Any health tidbits? Any gold nuggets of wisdom that you'd like to share with people about health and stress and whatever, if anything comes to mind, doesn't, you know?
Yeah. Oh, look, I can be known as a pain in my circle because, you know, every time someone's eating something unhealthy and stuff like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing that for? And yeah, so I've actually got to pull all that stuff back and just remember that's their journey and their their perception on things. And oh, look, that's a question I could go on all day.
Awesome. No,
Yeah.
I'm the same. Yeah, you're having to let people come to their own conclusions is, especially when you first start studying yoga, you're like, oh, look at that posture and this person, and I can help you with this and I can help you with that. And people need to want help first. You know, they want to, you can't just push it on people, can you? I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. One good thing I've really noticed with mindfulness is I've really changed where I don't get as stressed when I'm running late. I don't get stressed in traffic. I don't get stressed when I'm waiting. It's helped me with that. Is it what did the destination like? It's like I'm always here but needing to be somewhere else. So it's helped to ground me a lot in my everyday life. That's one thing where I notice when things go wrong, I'm just like not panicking and I'm just in a much calmer state a lot of the time. Whereas in the past, it was always like, oh, I've got to hurry up and get here and I've got to do this. And I mean, I still get there sometimes. It's not, but just like waiting at shops, I just do the mindful talking and this is okay. And, you know, and try to smile and make myself feel better, which makes other people feel better at the same time.
That's beautiful. Love it. And you're going to take us through a little mindful technique today. I think it's called Autobiography in 5 chapters, is it? Autobiography in 5 chapters.
Yep, from the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. And I remember last year I was going through a really, really tough time with certain things. And I'd come to terms with the fact that it was a habit, and I was in a habit with a certain thing, with a certain relationship, friendship. And I just knew I had to break the habit. And I remember when you did this poem, I was just like, I related to it so badly because I knew I had to break this habit, but I found it really, really hard. So you did it a couple of times.
Awesome.
I just really, really connected and loved it.
Awesome. And I'm looking forward to hearing it from you too. That's nice. I'm just going to put the screen on. It'll be mostly on you because we're sharing the screen. But and go ahead at any time.
Okay. Well, this is just letting you all know this is the first time I've done this. So, patience. Okay. When you're ready.
Well, that's fair. Yep. I'll mute myself.
Gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so, or just gaze softly downwards. Start by listening to all the surrounding sounds. Far away, and then closer to you. Notice where you are sitting, your buttocks on the chair or floor. Wherever you are. Feel your feet on the ground. The touch of your clothing on your skin. Any warmth or coolness. And just breathe naturally. Now take a deep breath in and out. Can you smell anything? Notice anything? Swish your tongue around your mouth. Is there a taste in your mouth? Sweet, sour? Swallow and feel the movement all the way down your throat. If your eyes are closed, what can you see behind your eyelids? If they are softly open, notice the patterns before your eyes. Now let's see if you can become aware of all these 5 senses at the same time. Try to hear, feel, smell, taste, and see, all at the same time. Now just focus on the breath as it comes in and out of your nose. The expansion and contraction of your ribs. The rise and fall of your belly. Continue focusing on this as I lead you through this mindfulness poem. Autobiography in 5 chapters by the Tibetan Book of the Living and Dying. Number 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes me forever to find a way out. Two, I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Three, I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. 4. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5. I walk down another street. 'So just thinking about this and the habits in our lives, how we don't see them initially, then we might see them and pretend we don't. Then we see them, and it takes a lot of courage to change. Just sitting with your breath, breathing naturally. Begin blinking your eyes. Rub your hands together. Take a few breaths in and out. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.
Oh, that was amazing, Trish. I got teary-eyed. You read that so well. It was so beautiful. And you're so courageous.
Oh,
it was awesome.
I
loved it. I loved it. And if you loved it as well, please give Trish some encouragement, some hearts, a little well done, first ever reading of a mindfulness and a meditation. And it was perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Loved it. It's fantastic.
Well, I'm glad I could give back, because I loved it when you read it. It was really, really helpful. It was so good.
We all support one another all the time with everything that we offer. So many, we hear things that we tell each other from each other, or read it or see it in a social media post, and it's like, yes, we all need to support and remind each other. And so I love it. I bet you chose that one. Thank you very much for joining us, and I will be with you again next week. I think I've got Claire Jane. I'll tell you a little bit about her later. Have an awesome day.
Okay, thanks, Sam. Bye, everyone.